Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is a special message to the military forces of the United States. First of all, we the people are still waiting that you, the military forces of the corporate commercial government of USA, 1871, can stop all this fraud, all this nonsense, all this communist government. But you are doing nothing about it. Listen, you better choose on which side you are. In the side of the corporate, commercial, corrupt government, or in our side, we the people side. Let's say that they, and you know what I'm talking about, let's say that they are, let's say 2, 3, 5, 10 million pieces of, you know what, but guess what? We are 300, 400 millions. And this, of course, includes the invaded territories. You see the difference? What are you going to do? Use nuclear weapons? Chemtrails? Harpy? 5G? You will have to kill us all once. All of us will have to drop dead. So what you going to use? AI? You think that we don't know? But let me remind you what the corporate government has done to the military. We all know that the revolution is a joke. And I have been exposing the information that I got that begins in 1933. And we all know why the 13 states, but the false history calls it 13 colonies, didn't want a federal government. We all know what the Rothschild did to Abraham Lincoln. We know that in the Operation Paperclip, all the brilliant scientists and doctors and engineers, the corporate USA took them and gave them jobs. They were not punished what they did to the Jewish people. You see, you are living in a fascist government. And is disguised as a democratic government. But let me remind you the let's call it event that marks the treason of the United States, 1871, the corporate government, the treason that they did not only to we the people, but to the soldiers. Let's talk about Bay of Pigs, Bahía de Cochinos in Cuba. What did the government to the soldiers that went to the Bay of Pigs, Bahía de Cochinos, in Cuba, the invasion? It was an invasion. But the government decided that all the soldiers that went there had to die. I can imagine the words. You know, you go over there, but you are on your own. But the investigation doesn't say that. The investigation doesn't say that the soldiers knew that they were going to Bay of Pigs to die. Let me tell you this. The Cuban military was waiting for the U.S. soldiers. They were waiting for them. What means? What is this so relevant? Well, somebody from the corporate, commercial, corrupt USA Inc. 1871 talked with Castro, Fidel Castro. Listen, I'm going to do this. And then in a couple of years, or maybe in the same year, we are going to do the same thing. So the Cuban military was in Bay of Pigs, Bahía de Cochinos, waiting for our soldiers. And as per the investigation, those soldiers asked for air support. They asked for air support. And guess what? The corporate USA commercial corrupt government of 1871 decided not to give them air support. So all the soldiers that were in Bay of Pigs were killed. It was a massacre. Because somebody told Fidel Castro, listen, man, I'm going there this day, in this hour, etc. And that is a fact. This is not conspiracy theory. This is not bullshit. It's a fact. When the corporate, commercial, corrupt government, 1871, of the United States decided a second invasion, some way, somehow, JFK, John F. Kennedy, knew about it. And maybe this is one of the reasons he got shot in the head. And he suspended this CIA invasion because he didn't knew about it. JFK did not knew about the second invasion of Cuba. Again, this is fact. This is why he gave that speech. This is why he said that all agencies has to be loyal to the President of the United States. And you are telling me that with the false pandemic and all the crap that is going on, all the corruption in Puerto Rico, thanks to the IRS, and you are telling us with your no action attitude that you are in favor of your killers, of your assassins? And against of we the people? You know, the military, I have family, I have related family persons that were in the military. In fact, I'm going to say this once again. In fact, my uncle, Héctor Concepcion, in English Hector Concepcion, took his life away. You know why? He was a Korean vet. And he came from Korea with stomach cancer. You know what the VA did for him? Hector, you have to drink these pills. And he kept going sicker and sicker. The other visit. Oh, Hector, okay, yeah, but take these pills. And pills. And pills. And pills. And he couldn't not even eat food. You know what he did? He started to drink rum. The VA did nothing for my uncle. They didn't tell him, listen, you have a stomach cancer, but we can do this. Or we can do that. No. Hector, drink all these pills. That was the only thing that they did for my uncle. And he busted his ass in the Korean War. So again, what side are you going to pick? Your assassins or we the people? Because let me tell you this, if they did it more than once, they're going to do it again. In the false pandemic, they forced you to get vaccinated. We all know what the vaccines are and how they invented viruses and vaccines in laboratories. They even have patent numbers, and I have exposed it. If they are willing to kill you one way or another, they will do it again. Let's say that this unconstitutional government declares martial law. And let's say that it will happen like the videos, movies, and all the crap of the Rothschild, Illuminati, mass media. Let's say that you are ordered to kill us. If we don't obey, like slaves, like sheep, that we do not consent. And let's say that they order you, I'm talking to the soldiers, to the brothers in arms. Let's say that they order you to kill us, and you kill us. Guess who is next in the list? In the blacklist? You, because you have the weapons. They want to control everything, and the military cannot be present. They have to disappear the military branch. Because if they don't do it, there will be resistance. There will be revolution. Again, what side are you going to choose? Your assassins or we the people? You see, like I said before, thousands of times through social media, because the Rothschild Illuminati mass media doesn't want me to talk about this in public. Like I said it before, this is not good for we the people, and it's not good for my brothers in arms and my brothers in sword. You will be ordered to execute we the people. And the next ones are going to be you. All of you. Doesn't matter what they tell you. Doesn't matter what they have given to you. Money, house, cars, whatever. We all know that money doesn't exist. Modern money mechanics. So why are you doing this? Because you hate humanity? Well, in that case, if you do so, take your life away because you are human, right? I'll take your life away. But why kill innocent people? Can't you? Do you have mental diarrhea? Remember in 1995, Bill Clinton saying that they were experimenting with people, injecting plutonium, and a lot of other experiments. Have you forgotten that they took soldiers and experimented with them? Have you forgot the Vietnam War? Remember? The orange agent made by Monsanto? You think that the Nam War was for what they told you? No. The Vietnam War, it was all about proving the chemical, biological agent orange, or orange agent, whatever you want to call it. They killed forests, they killed Vietnamese, kids, women, men, but they also killed, and the U.S. soldiers got sick about it. And on top of that, when the non-vets came to the United States, they were rejected. You think that we, the people, rejected the Vietnam vets? No. It was by propaganda. Who created the propaganda? The commercial, corporate, corrupt United States, 1871. Just like they have been doing with all of this crap that we have been living in. Propaganda. They make propaganda to invade countries and kill innocent people. They make propaganda to make you believe that it's necessary by force to get freedom. Freedom is not free. I know that you have heard it before. And what about this phrase that the CIA uses a lot? Thank you for your service. And they give you a crap medal. For what? Let me ask you this. Let's say that you believe in God. You know, the God, the magical story. Let's say that you believe in God. And you have a Purple Heart. And the Medal of Honor. And you have 4 or 5 stripes over your shoulder. Let's say that you have 50 ribbons in your left side of your new uniform. When you die, you're going to show all that shit to God? You don't even know where you're going when you're dead. Because it gets you a better job opportunity? You are as simple as the majority of the people. And the people are sheeps because you, the government, commercial, corporate, corrupt government of the United States, 1871, has brainwashed my fellow Americans. Again, I'm going to remind you again, Bay of Pigs, Bahía de Cochinos in Cuba. That is the most disgusting treason of our brothers in arms. The government did it. You're going to tell me that Fidel Castro had more intel than the United States? No. Just like it happened with Pearl Harbor. They told you that the Japanese invaded and destroyed and killed, etc., etc. Guess what? That was the excuse to use the atomic bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki to see the real effects on human people of different races, just like the Nam War. And we keep going on and on. Remember the submarine, the Russian submarine? That had 2 nukes, and that it sinked, and the Russians couldn't find it, and Howard Hughes did the dirty job of the CIA and found that submarine. You know what? There is a video, a official video showing the United States delivering to Russian officials 6 bodies that they recovered from the submarine. Really? Can you believe that shit? But the propaganda says that Russia is the enemy of the United States. They have never been enemy of the United States. You know, you have to look back at the Rothschild story when they tried to be the owners of the United States currency under Abraham Lincoln. You know what did Russia? The Tsars of Russia? They told Abe Lincoln, listen, you have any problem with those Jewish pieces of shit, Zionists? You call me, I'll send my ships over there. And you know what? They did it. That's why the Rothschilds couldn't do nothing, because the Russians protected United States from the Rothschilds. But guess what? They assassinated the Tsar of Russia. And then Abe Lincoln was assassinated. Guess by who? And then in 1913, you know the rest of the story. I don't have to repeat it. Again, on which side are you? The side of the assassins or the side of we the people? Let's talk about the invasion of Puerto Rico. Let's talk about the Hispanic American War. Another deception. It was planned. As per investigations, the main ship, Maine, with E at final of the word, the explosion was from inside out. How can you explain that? It was an excuse. They blew it themselves. So they came to Congress and said, listen, they blew our ship. I want support for the war so we can liberate Cuba and Puerto Rico from the Spanish government. And the Congress gave them support. We the people money, support. So they fought, you know, a couple of punches here, a couple of kicks there, and then the Spain government surrendered. And the corporate, commercial, corrupt government of USA, 1871, gave Cuba the independence, who gave the political status of republic to Cuba, was the Americans, the government. But Puerto Rico, no. Puerto Rico cannot be a republic. We are going to do this, we are going to do that. Delaware Corporation of Internal Revenue, Inc. will be changed to Internal Revenue Service, Inc. And in papers, the main office is in Puerto Rico. This is why they invented Estado Libre Asociado. State free associated or associated free state. Can you believe that shit? You are telling me that I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but I'm Puerto Rican, that we have a status that doesn't make sense? First of all, we are not state. Second, we are not free. Third, we are not associated with nobody. Because Spain and USA invaded us. That's the real story. This is why Puerto Rico is a trust fund number 62 of the IRS since 1953. A corporation under the corporation under the other corporation. Did you know that all the states has 2 corporate numbers? 2. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Listen, New York City has a corporate number. The state of New York has a corporate number. In fact, they use those corporate numbers, DUNS number, D-U-N-S, they use it in Wall Street. So the states doesn't have jurisdiction, doesn't have constitutional powers, and by logic, the United States doesn't have it also. This is why mandates, executive orders, whatever, are not law. Since 1871, they cannot make laws. Thus, Walmart make laws. Let's say McDonald's makes laws? No, right? Because they are commercial corporate business that is the same status of 1871 United States and the states. This is why the court system is all compromised, is rigged, is corrupt. Can you? Well, I believe that my brothers in arms are people wise and intelligent. Why a president of a corporation appoints judges when we were told that there are 3 powers: executive, judicial, and the ones who make laws. Three different powers. Well, this is abuse of power. You know why they appoint judges? Because it's the same club. But they make this and they make that. They make this order or decision or opinion, etc., to make you believe. This is why, my friends, my fellow Americans, my brothers in arms, that I'm the best judge that you will ever have. This is why I'm gonna be not. This is why I am the best attorney, lawyer that you will ever have. You see? Because I speak the truth and I make justice. I don't need a law to make justice because I have rights. Citizens has privilege. And I have rights not because of Constitution, not because the United Nations, Rockefellers, invented that in 1945. I have rights because of the creation or creator, whatever you want to believe. Again, in which side are you? Choose wisely.